Rick Mooney in the Steel Studio. I'll tell you what, this is a crazy off season. It's really weird, isn't it? It's just different, man. We're so used to having Tomlin running back the same thing. Every year, people would say, oh, we lost another playoff game. We're better than that. We're better than that, you know. Or we're now, it's going to be the same thing again. We're on it back again. And I would always argue, no, no, no. We just had bad luck. No, we're going to do better. We got Russell Wilson. I was all excited about that. And we just ended up the same way. Then we got Justin Fields when we got him. I thought, man, this team's loaded. Ended up the same way. And then we got, of course, Aaron Rodgers. And I thought, well, this is definitely the year we're going to win a playoff game and probably the Super Bowl. And I thought we were on our way. And of course, we lost to Houston. No chance. And he's gone. And it's sad that he's gone. It's a big change. And it's scary because we were always competitive, but it was time. And I'm so glad he's gone. And I don't even know if I want Rodgers back. I just want to start fresh, and just play winning football and just have a new perspective because, every game being a heart attack, every game being close got old. We couldn't even sit back and enjoy. This team had so much talent, man. Even now, it has some holes, of course, but quarterback became one of them, of course. But even with good quarterback play, every game had to be close, and it comes down to coaching. It had to. I hated the offense. I hated the short passing game behind the line of scrimmage. I want to play smash mouth football and throw the ball down the field like we used to with Ben and Bradshaw. A lot of people say, Will Howard's the answer, and we'll find all that out. The first thing we got to do is get our coach. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of coach they hire. I think they might go younger again, and it's fine. If you get like the Shula guy is my number one choice because of the bloodline. He's smart. And I think he'd be a perfect fit. You just get a young guy like that, and then you get smart coordinators, which Tomlin never seemed to have much of. And then we go from there. But, I was talking to somebody about the defense, and, my buddy Frank, and he's like, we only put 2 defensive linemen on the field. And I said, dude, that's gone. That's over. That's history. That is no longer. Somebody else said, oh, we always get burned deep, or Tomlin's team's always, this or that, or play conservative, play not to lose. That stuff's gone. We don't have to worry about that. The game management was terrible. It's gone. It's a new start. All that's gone. We don't have to worry about it. Could be a new scheme, could be a new identity. We're the same players, of course, and we have good players to mold and to make better. It's going to be exciting. It's very exciting. And you can't, if you don't change, you're going to stay the same and have the same result. And that's what we do not want anymore. I think the offensive line is Omar's done a good job of building both lines. I'd continue to get a little bit more depth there and another defensive lineman. And I think with the right scheme, our inside linebacker play could be better, and our defense will be better as a whole. The scheme, Austin was terrible. Absolutely one of the worst defensive coordinators in the league. I don't care what anybody says. And the defense was old and overpaid. And, I'm not even opposed to trading Watt. If these guys can't do it, get rid of them. It's just going to be exciting. Hopefully we get somebody that knows the Steeler way, that knows the traditions, knows that the old players need to come back, but also is innovative to know how you need to win in this league and against today's defenses. And I think that's what we need. I think we need a quarterback with a little bit of mobility. If we would have had it against Houston, we would have beat them like Houston lost the next week. It just proves that defense wasn't as good as everybody said. And it just proves that they were beatable, just like we said on the Steel Studio. And it just proves that it was Tomlin that played right into their hand. And that's why we lost. And it justifies it. And here they lost the next week. Not even close. Overrated as hell. And we played right into their hand at home. He deserved to be fired on the spot. Rooney's are all class. More classy than I would be. No more of that. Can't have the losing playoff games anymore. It's over. And that's great. It's exciting. And then we have the McCarthys and the Flores. I'd be okay with Flores. I don't like the antics he did with the Dolphins. No, I don't think we'll hire him. I don't, but he would be okay. I don't know. He's a little. I don't know. I don't know much about how he coaches. He seems sharp. I just feel like the younger guy with the bloodline is the best fit. I also like the defensive coordinator Mentor. I think he could be. He was good with Michigan everywhere he went. He's been good. That could be a guy too. But to me, the dream hire would be Shula and Shellhouse as the offensive coordinator. That would be good. McCarthy, I'm kind of iffy on. Has been done that. He's older. I think I'd rather go younger and start fresh and mold this team. This team's got the great nucleus. Just mold it. And we got a hell of a draft coming up in Pittsburgh. A lot to be excited about. Going to be great. Great time. We don't have to sit back and hear the same old BS again from Tomlin. And that's over. And I just can't stress enough that we don't even know if we realize that it's over, that we're moving forward and it's exciting. Tell me how you're feeling, Steelers fans. You feel sad? You feel happy? You feel excited? Are you mad? You think this team needs a total rebuild? I don't. Not with the young pieces we have. And, they say the team is old. Some of it's old. Some players are 30, but it's not as old as you think. Look at other rosters. I don't think it's that old, man. Ramsey and Watt still got a few years. Hayward's probably got one more. And we're going to draft pieces to replace them and get back to being the Pittsburgh Steelers, the 6-time Super Bowl champions. We could do it. We can do it. And I think we need a coach with a vision. It's football. Football is not that complicated. Control the lines of scrimmage. You get a quarterback that can make the throws when it counts. You get good weapons around them. We've got to start with that. We have a good start. We just need to add to and play good defense. Special teams will be fine. All right, that's my take for this week. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll hire somebody soon. And it'll be one of these young guns, young studs. But whatever they're going to pick, Omar's going to pick the best Steeler candidate to make this the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's what he's all about. He gets it. Go Steelers.